Hello, my name is Maggie, and today I'm going to be giving you a rundown on deaf history, Oralism, and Alexander Graham Bell. So, first of all, Oralism was created around the late 1860s. This was an educational method used for deaf and hard of hearing students, and it centered around lip reading and speech read. There was no sign language incorporated in this method, and in fact, it was not allowed at all. If any of the students were caught signing to each other in class, they did get harsh punishments. However, students did still sign to each other. But right after oralism got invoked, schools had to separate some of the strong supporters of the deaf advocate educational teachers. They had to move them to vocational programs to ignore outcries and objections from parents who did not agree with oralism. So about Alexander Graham Bell, he was a big contributor to oralism. He thought ASL didn't fit the American society. He thought that ASL prevented people to speak, and he thought that deaf people marrying each other created more deaf people, and he thought that that was really negative, and he thought that that should be studied, basically to prevent the emergence of the deaf company. He was a really negative influence on the deaf students at the oralism schools because he did not see them as people, he just saw them as objects to fix, and he tried to incorporate speaking in his schools because he did not think ASL was speech. He thought it was animalistic. And speaking of, in the Deaf Eyes Only, Rory Osbrink, he is a deaf educator, and he grew up speaking orally. And I thought it was interesting to hear him say that when he was first surrounded by signers, in a room of signers, when he was always growing up oralist, he thought that it also looked animalistic and it didn't look real. So I thought that was an interesting perspective to give on oralism, and being used to that, growing up in that environment, and then being put in an ASL environment, I can definitely see how that would differ a lot. But yeah, oralism was not a good way for deaf students to learn about their culture, and it suppressed their culture. And it's a good thing that there's no more of that.